Hey everybody, it's Rob here. So with the recent Sorc changes, there is still a lot of debate going on in the community if the Sorc is actually dead, if it's still playable, like Blizzard Don't You Learn. To end the debate, the Sorc nuke is heavy, not mild, it got cut in half. So a lot of people are having a lot of opinions about the Sorc, and so do I. But there is one particular Sorc that has been blasting and shifting the meta here. It's Mekuna, and he uploaded a video, Sorc Kuna, Lightning Spear Sorc, rest in peace, 9 days into Season 5, question mark. And let's hear what he has to say. I'm gonna link the build in the video in the description. So check out Mekuna, he is an amazing sorcerer, and let's see, because he has been pushing on the high end, in the high pits. And well, let's check it out.
Hello everyone. Unfortunately,
I'll let you know my
is
thoughts.
here for the Sorc Society. 9 days after the release of the Season 5, where everyone was switching to the Sorc and starting to get gear ready for that build, the Lightning Speed build, the most popular build of the season, I believe, and the strongest one, Blizzard decided to nerf this build only 9 days after the release of the Season 5 because...
Well, I don't really think they decided to nerf it. Like, they had to adjust. First of all, they had to adjust some lag issue that was happening. If you were, this was the same with Ball Lightning. If you were doing like world bosses or something, and there was like a lot of these sparks, you could even notice it on the training dummies. If you were just on the training dummies, spamming your lightning spear, it would already like lag out the game plenty. Like just doing this before the patch was basically lagging. I think there is still a lot of lag. The lag is not completely gone, but it is definitely quite a bit better now. You see here, like usually I would just like my ping would just go up and we would lag out. So this was, I think, as far as I understood it, the main reason behind this change so far.
Maybe they don't want the Sorc.
And there was definitely damage added, 60% only, to compensate.
To have so much fun, so they just decide to nerf it, although they said they were not gonna nerf like during the season anymore. But it took them only 9 days to nerf it. So we're gonna go over the patch and what it is, because we took 1 day before I record this video to make sure if it was a nerf or not.
So those of you who don't know Mekuna, he's the guy that cleared 170 on his sorcerer, 170 something last season, and he also did 157 pit this season already with this build.
So we're going through the hotfix to understand what they exactly did. So apparently this build was causing lags, that's why they nerfed it. In compensation, they increased the damage of the aspect splintering energy. In that build, the aspect of the splintering energy was dealing almost all the damage. How did they decide to nerf?
It is also very important to know, like your lightning spear itself is not dealing any damage. All the damage here is coming from the splintering aspect, which is now basically arcing less frequently, and your fractured winterglass is also proccing less frequently, but we got about 60% X damage multiplier to compensate for that.
Fits splintering energy with arc to additional enemy less frequently. That is very odd, and we don't really know what that means.
I think it would be better if Blizzard would add, like, you know, how much less frequent it arcs. Like, they don't have any numbers in here. It's like all just like guessing or wishing.
A guess is like when you have big monsters, a lot of monsters together. For example, instead of arcing 100 times, it's gonna arc maybe 40 or 50 times. We don't exactly how that works. But also with the winterglass, what I understand is like, in addition to the arcing less, the frozen orb that can be launched by the conjuration while using fracture winterglass has been adjusted also. And what I've noticed is like we have less frozen orb coming out and we have less conjuration mastery.
That's definitely true.
Total.
I think before Mekuna was actually getting 60 here on the conjuration mastery, and now I think you're getting like 50, 54 or something like that. It's like the max you can get right now. So there's definitely been a reduction for that part.
So globally,
but again, you got damage to compensate, 60x.
What you notice is the AoE damage has been nerfed a lot, but some people may say they didn't notice that because they probably have already like decent gear and they were killing monsters like very quickly. And they could not notice that, like, you kill the monster in 0.5 seconds, if you kill them in like 0.7 or 1 second, you're not gonna feel it. The single target.
Yeah, that's because the build is already so strong. Like even if you do T8, you kill everything in like 0.5 seconds, and you can't tell if it takes 0.5 or 0.6 or 0.7.
Damage should be roughly the same from.
Yeah, and single target seems the same, definitely.
What I've testing on the boss on pit 157, but
they even say on like some low gear it actually feels higher on the single target because you were not getting that many conjurations in the first place.
It's possible that it's also a little bit nerf.
That's at least on the poll.
I think it should be around the same or a little bit.
You can let me know in the comments.
But some people are complaining that they can feel the nerf, and those people are most likely in a situation where they was already struggling. For example, in tier 8, like if you don't shot enemy, don't one-shot them, you're probably gonna feel a difference. Some people were complaining that they was running T8. It was hard, but they could manage it, and now they cannot do it anymore. They are going back to T7. So
is this true, guys? Like, I mean, I didn't hear people like that. Like, if you were already playing T8 with your Sorc before the nerf, I think you can still do it. Especially the boss, like it is the same, if not more damage.
It's probably a gear requirement, and as I said, we have less conjuration mastery stacks, which is also a big damage debuff. And also on the mid-season patch is coming in a few weeks. They're gonna release T9 and T10. It means that people with not very good gear, they should get more gear if they want to be able to do T9 or T10 now. In the high,
I mean, if this kind of stuff happens, like I think the sorcerer is still gonna blast everything there, because sorcerer for the hordes is just so insane. Like the spears auto aiming, it's just crazy.
Yeah, high end game content. What I try the most from what I've seen.
Yeah, and here I 100% agree. In high end game content, it does look nerfed.
Using around 20% of conjuration mastery stack. I used to have like 20% more conjuration stack. So it's like a 10 conjuration mastery stack. One stack is 10% damage for me. I also noticed that I have a little bit less frozen up spawn because my lightning spear doesn't reset as fast as it used to be, and the splintering energy arcing less. That's what I noticed the most, because the elite monster used to die so quickly.
Yeah, but I get that argument, right? Like, I mean, I said this before. For 99% of people, this nerf doesn't matter. But for the 1% of the 1%, he's right, it is a nerf. Like, if you want to push pit 160, it's going to be harder after the change than before. You know? But again, sorcerer is still the best by far right now. Like, even with this nerf. Like, it's still pushing 152, I think, from Accurate. And, you know, there's no one even close to this. Like, here, okay, actually, it's somewhat close. The Druid is kind of catching up. But the Sorcerer here, like, literally, like, a couple of hours after the change, is still on rank 1. Very, very easily here in my updated tier list. And this also represents all the top pit clears. So, I don't know about the rest in peace. The forums is definitely Sorc is dead. If you think Sorc is dead, you should try Bob.
In 157 now, it takes me 2x more time to kill them, and the compensation they are giving us, like they are increasing our damage, is not nearly enough to fully offset this lose. That's what I noticed, and on the pits 157, I did a lot of that. I used to clear that in 2 or 3 minutes. Now it's more like 6 or 7 minutes to get to the boss, and
2 minutes in pit 157 to spawn the boss. 2 minutes in pit 157.
I did like quite a lot
to
test that and to make sure that is true. I think this is the graph from Rob. I think most of the people, they feel the same, because they already have good gear. They are farming the T8.
So yeah, this is like the poll that we made, guys. I don't know if you can see this here real good. But this is like the poll here from you guys in the community. Most people say it feels about the same. And I must say, in T8, in I don't know, like any other content on bosses, it feels exactly the same. But it looks like on the very, very high end, if you are planning to push Pit 160, it got a little weaker, but it is still the best build on Sorc by far, and also the best build on all the classes.
They should not feel the difference.
So it's not RIP.
The people that feel nerf
not
probably
dead.
not have enough gear yet. The people that feel buffed, I think that's really cope, or they... It's just RNG, like they have good...
Well, they have higher damage, so it might, like, you know, if you're already one-shotting the monsters, you have higher damage, like, it feels better.
Gear, and they just think it's a buff. Like, I don't know what to say. And I'm gonna show you quickly how elites used to die on the...
This is a very good
150
comparison.
On my clear here.
So this was before the nerf.
Like, they were not unstoppable yet. They was unstoppable, like, almost when they die. Sometimes they die before they can be unstoppable. When I tried again, they get unstoppable at half HP. By the way, this is...
Yeah, so he's like getting one. Look, it's a 3-minute 157 spawn. 3 minutes!
Lag. I think you can see the lags. We're trying again. It's still...
Yeah, the lag is crazy.
As me. I didn't feel...
It was the same with ball lightning. Like, the servers cannot handle it. You're always capped by the lag.
That is less lag, unfortunately. I also talked to my Chinese friend Arkut, who is also pushing. He got a clear on 152 after the nerf.
Yeah, we watched this earlier on the tier list. He did 152 like 2 hours after the nerf.
Talking to him, he feel exactly the same as me. The lag is the same. We didn't feel anything, but...
So, wait, let me get this straight. So they fixed the lag, or they had to nerf the build to adjust the lag on the Sorc, but it's still lagging. The lag, I haven't tried this in high, the lag is totally not playable after they nerfed our AoE damage. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, you see the lags in these clears, so it's still not fixed properly.
We feel the nerf on our AoE damage by like at least 50%.
Did you guys feel, let me know in the comments as well, did you feel a reduction in lag on the Sorc? I mean, I must say on T8 I never lagged, but on the target dummy I lagged, and it lagged less after the change. But they're saying on the high tier, they don't feel a change.
Say it's 50 or 60%.
You don't feel a difference.
50%.
Same lags. Yeah, okay, that sucks then, because this entire thing, this entire drama and stuff got started because they tried to fix the lag issues.
Here is a leaderboard that someone posted on my Discord. I think it's very good initiative.
Yeah, there's a cool thing. I'm gonna put that below as well. You see all the top clears. Mekuna here 157, Druid 150, Necromancer, Kingpig 147, Rogue 146, and then a moment of silence for the Barbarian. 27 tiers behind. The Barbarian managed to beat 130 Pit. The Sorcerer is probably speedfarming this in 2 minutes. Just a moment of silence and we continue.
From him, very beautiful, because right now we don't have leaderboards. So
Pepper hands.
if some people wanna come and post the clear, I'm gonna put my Discord link in the description. And from what I've seen, like almost every, like I would say every class are around Pit's 150 right now. So the balancing.
Wait, what do you mean every class? It says it right here, 130.
Doesn't seem. The balancing seems pretty good.
Every
right
class.
Now. And this is just the beginning. Some people haven't paused the clear, but I think within the few days or few weeks when people get optimized, they're probably gonna clear higher than this. We can see
every real class.
Yeah, a few clears from the Druids here on Bilibili.
But this one is so
Unfortunately,
bad quality.
he just have
you gotta log in.
Boss clear, the boss kill, which takes him only 5 minutes.
This is Stormslide.
On the Sorc, the single target damage was a problem. It would take us like 9 minutes, I would say. We also have a necro. We have a full clear here.
Look at the necro damage, man. 10 billion per hit. Yeah, so Druid, 150. Necro hitting for tens of billions of damage for every hit.
That's a Bond Spirit one, I think. I don't know anything about other classes because I only play Sorc, but yeah, that's like he has 8 minutes. He's gonna kill the boss in like 7.5 probably. I don't know how good his gear was, probably gonna improve too.
Yeah. Where's the Bob?
Same for the rogue here, we have a rogue clear. I feel like all the class is gonna be around 150.
Wait, what about Bob? All the real classes.
Looks pretty solid, like I feel like
yeah, and Dario Rogue is solid. Like this guy's hitting for like multiple
don't
billion.
struggle as much as the Sorc on the single target damage. On my Sorc, like 20 conjuration mastery passive less is really hurting. So pretty nice. I'm gonna link that in my Discord. You can find the link also in the description.
I'm also gonna link this below. Such as Mekuna's video. Check it out.
And so to come back to this,
Wait,
unfortunately for the
wait, so he just ignores the Bob. It's like every class can do like more damage on the boss than the Sorc. Talks about all the classes. Necro, Druid, Rogue. Dude, the Bob's just missing. Man, we're just completely ignored. I'm feeling this, man.
Emotional damage.
What happened, man?
Emotional damage.
Bob isn't even on the list, man.
so in the description. And so to come back to this,
It's just a one
unfortunately for the Sorc is a nerf for us. Some people might say it's not a nerf because they can still speed farm 101, but everyone with any build can still speed farm 101. That doesn't mean anything. Even like I think Whirlwind Bob can speed farm this, and
There it is.
the argument that people are giving that it's not a nerf because
Even the Whirlwind Bob can speed. Oh no.
nerf for us. Some people might say it's not a nerf because they can still speed farm 101, but everyone.
I'm happy for the Sorcs, man. I'm happy that the Sorcs are strong. But we've been bullying the Druids, not the Sorcs. How are we getting all this Bob bullying now?
With any build can still speed farm 101.
Any build.
That doesn't mean anything. Even like I think Whirlwind Bob can speed farm this, and
Oh my god.
the argument that people are giving that it's not a nerf because no one's care about the pits doesn't mean anything. People are farming
Even the Whirlwind Bob could do it, man.
the hearts to masterwork the gear.
It hurts.
And they need somewhere to test the build and see how strong it is. Saying that you can still speed farm the easy content, so it's not a nerf, is not like it's not valid argument. It's like I don't know if you remember.
I agree with this. Again, for the very, and I said this in the previous video, for the very, very high end, 0.1% of player base, yes, the damage got nerfed in AoE. On the boss, it's still very similar. For 99.987654321% of the players, you will not notice it. Because you are not playing the pits. Because why would you? There's no incentive to do the pits, there's no leaderboards, there's no rewards. Do Infernal Hordes, it's way better. But yeah, if you like to do the pits, then it's gonna be, if you have plans to do 160 pit, it's gonna be harder. If you don't have any plans, then please don't go on the forums and say the Sorc, the bird is heavy, the nerf is heavy, Sorc is dead, Sorc is rip. It's not.
Remember in season 2 when Hota Bob would one-shot any bosses in the game with the Hota Bob, and even if you nerf their damage by 5, they would still one-shot all content, all the boss. the only thing that they
Yeah, and I mean, that's the same for the Sorcs. If they would nerf the damage by 5, they would still kill the Uber bosses in 1 second.
be nerf was on the AOZ, then it's the same argument. Then if no one's care about the AOZ, it's not the nerf. So I would say
But the AOZ was at least worth farming. Like, there was a reason to do AOZ because there was an insane power creep with the glyph that you could level. And the higher AOZ runs you went, the more XP you got for your glyph, the higher your character, the more powerful. It's literally character progression, right? But it doesn't exist in the pit because they took it out. The masterwork material is way better in Infernal Hordes. So this entire reasoning does not apply to the pits because there is no progression system in the pits. There was in Abattoir of Zir though. In Season 2, you had the Tears of Blood gem that you could level to make your character more powerful for anything.
it's just a nerf. It's not like a very huge nerf, but it's still a nerf that will make us clear a few.
People cared about Pit last season, just like you didn't care about AOZ, because there was a reason. You needed the character progression, the masterwork to upgrade your gear and stuff. But now that reason is completely gone, because it's like literally 5 times more efficient to just do the Infernal Hordes. And as long as there's no incentive at all to do pits, like a leaderboard or some reward that you get in the pits, people will just not mind about the pits. That's just like normal psychology behavior.
A few tiers like lower, and I think if Blizzard really didn't want to nerf that, they would increase the damage by a little bit more than that. Instead of that, we got our AoE damage nerfed by 50%, which is like at high level, it's a lot. So if they didn't want to nerf that, they should really increase the damage more. So
I agree with that.
That's it for me today for my analyze. Like
if they don't want Sorcerer to be weaker at all in the higher pits, again, it is already the strongest class by quite a margin already. Sorcerer is the strongest for any content in the game right now, and also for the high pits, where it got a bit nerfed, but it's still stronger than the other classes. But yeah, if they didn't want that, they should have probably added more damage to this. But again, this doesn't apply to like 99% of you watching anyways, unless you want to do Pit 160.
Thanks for the other Sorcs to analyze this with me. That was very try to be as objective as possible with numbers and testing. And yeah, that's it. I hope you like the video and you keep blasting the Sorc.
Let's go, man. Yeah, good video, guys. I'm gonna link it here. We're also gonna put that in the description below. Follow Mikuna. He's definitely a Giga Sorc blaster and one of the main theory crafters and high pushers. And yeah, really, really cool video. I'm just thinking, man, the Sorc is still so strong. And again, for most people, it doesn't apply. And I mean, obviously, like, you know, I'm a bit biased, guys. You can tell. Like, it just hurts me. And I mean, I agree. Like, I'm happy that the Sorc is the strongest class, but it just hurts me that the Barbarian is 27 tiers behind the top build and basically 20 tiers behind any other class right now. It literally means 10 times less damage. Even if they didn't giga nerf the key passives, we would, like, you know, have a like kind of even playing field. And yeah, I just want to show you here, guys, me blasting. You might have seen this clip already. T8 on a Sorc. Like, this is the boss kill from a Sorc perspective. The T8 boss literally dies in 5 seconds or so. So the build is still insane. And if you want to have fun in the season, this change that Blizzard did should not kill the fun for you. Like, you will not notice it much. I think most people won't. Again, I made this poll. Most people will not notice any change at all in damage. Like, you got more damage, you get a bit less procs. Only on the very, very high end. But yeah, good videos. And it's not that doom and gloom. If you're going on the forums or on Reddit, like, people are literally like, they're so pissed about this. And I think this is like a massive overreaction in the community. But let me know what you think in the comments, guys. And let me know how it feels for you on your Sorc, like doing Infernal Hordes or doing any kind of this. And I hope that the Sorc is going to stay strong, you know, for at least the remainder of the season and longer. I mean, every class should be strong. There should never be this big of an imbalance where like one class does like 10 times less damage. And kind of like Sorcerer was like playing the reverse card on the Barb, you know, like Barb had this was literally 10 times stronger than the Sorc, and now it's like the other way around. And I mean, I'm happy that the Sorc is strong, and it was definitely bad that the Sorc was weak for so long. But what happened to bring every class to the level of the Barb rather than bring the Barb down? Like, that doesn't really happen, that they just like brought the Barb down and brought the other classes up. But yeah, as you can see, like, I'm definitely like, man, not having a great time on the Barb this season. But I really enjoy the Sorc, and I hope you guys do too. Check out the builds I have, gonna put them in the description. And hopefully the Mighty Warriors will come back maybe in Season 6 or maybe in the mid-season patch. Or we're gonna play some Spiritborn. Let's see. Take care, my friends. GG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.